All right, this is our squat tutorial. Now, there are a million ways to squat, different types of squats, front squats, back squats, sumo, goblet. I'm gonna pick a goblet as the handhold, but the principle behind the movements that we're gonna talk about and kind of the alignment pieces we're gonna talk about really don't change. So I'm gonna hold this goblet up here in that position, but as we're setting up from the ground up, we typically want our feet slightly wider than hip width. I'm gonna let you choose your own adventure on the toes. If it feels better for you to open up the toes a little bit because it feels like it gives you more room in your hips, that is not the end of the world, and I'm happy for you to do that for comfort. The other thing that is challenging to work through is the cue hips back first. We don't really want to send our hips back and the weight in our heels because it actually starts to tilt us forward and kind of throws off our center of gravity. However, we also don't want to lead the squat with the knees dipping forward and the hips coming forward because that's going to put a little bit too much pressure in the knees. So our happy medium, which I like to cue, is connect to the floor with your toes, lift the arches, and keeping weight through your whole foot, drop your tailbone straight down between your heels. As you go down, you want your knees out over your second toes, and ideally at the bottom of your squat, your torso angle is parallel with your tibias. Meaning, if you run out of room in your joints and you're trying to get lower in a squat by tilting forward, we've lost the point of the movement. A couple kind of quick remedies can be elevating your heels. You can slide just a little, like a weight plate or something small under your heels. Sometimes elevating your heels will immediately make it easier for you to drop down lower into a squat. And that's an okay modification to start. So adding the weight, feet are slightly wider than hip width. Feet are connected to the ground. Chest is up, but core is stacked, rib cage over pelvis. Drop the tailbone straight down between your knees, between your heels, and drive up from the floor. Knees stay out over your toes, head stays up, and stand tall. Looking from the side, feet slightly wider than hip width. Toes are connected, chest is up tall, core is stacked. Drop the tailbone straight down, keeping the knees apart, and lift. One more. There are many different pieces in a squat that can make this challenging, from range of motion and core restrictions, all sorts of things. But these are great checks to start with, and if you're still feeling limited by an ache, a pain, a pinch, then let me know and we'll talk through more specific modifications or adjustments for your body.